Hello and welcome to today's webinar. Of course, Reliv's mission is to nourish the world in mind, body and spirit, and our Reliv Asia Pacific 3-year vision is to achieve sales per month of $1 million US in the region. Our top priorities for 2014 continue to be to increase our key performance indicators, to develop our brand awareness through using our social media strategy, which is expanding consistently, increasing our online capabilities, which of course we are doing with new and exciting things happening on a consistent basis, and of course getting distributors to focus their business building to director and beyond, because at this level is where you can really start to benefit from the overrides in our compensation plan. This week we're talking about sponsoring distributors in part 4 of our series. I'm Birch, the Asia Pacific Sales Manager, and what we've done is we're going through the 7 steps of sponsoring distributors, and this week of course it is part 4, all about the presentation. Now the key factor when you're presenting the opportunity to people, and remember that's what this is about, we're talking about sponsoring distributors. We're talking about people who want to generate an income through a Reliv business, through the Reliv opportunity. And of course what's important is to focus on the central perceived benefit. What that means is that when you're talking to people and you're asking questions, and as it says here, it will become obvious if you ask enough questions, it's that central perceived benefit. It's the one that the new person that you're speaking to perceives as the most important benefit, and it's the one that you find out, as I said, by asking enough questions. And of course we talked about questioning in one of the previous parts of this series. It's important that you match the benefits of the opportunity to the established needs. So for instance, if somebody says, yes, look, what I want to do is I want to be able to drive around in a nice car, and I want to be able to earn enough money to be able to pay for a lease on a nice car on a monthly basis. So it's important that when you're talking to the person and you're presenting the opportunity and presenting the compensation plan, that you match the benefits of earning an income, of building a business, and getting to a point of, say, $500 or $1,000 or $1,500 a month, whatever it is that it's going to cost for them to have that monthly lease, that you establish that they can earn this much money so that they can actually satisfy that need. And again, this information is going through your questioning process when you're talking to people and asking them questions about their lives, about what they're doing, about what they're not happy with. And of course, it's really important to be well structured, clear and concise, and that's why the opportunity booklet that Reliv provides and can be purchased from the company and is online and is in every distributor kit, it is so important that this is used, because what it does, it creates a structure in your presentation and allows you to follow along the process, and it actually helps you to stay clear and concise because the pages are there for you to follow. And the best way to do this is to practice, practice, practice. Practice with your upline, practice with your downline, practice with your spouse, practice with your friends, practice with your family. There's no point in saying, I want to build a business, and then not practicing what it is that you need to do. You cannot go out and be good at something unless you practice it. And remember, practice makes permanent. Practice does not make perfect unless you practice it perfectly. So the key is to practice with the people that you've decided to do it with, and then to critique it so that you get better and better and better at it. And that's so important. I cannot stress enough the importance of practicing. And I know that people are not practicing enough, and it's important that as a distributor, you want to build your business, that you do what you need to do to build your business. Okay, remember, when you're speaking with people, you're being assessed for integrity. And whether people want to admit it or not, people are judging you as you speak. They're assessing you the whole time, and that happens. And you know what? There's a thing called the primacy and recency, and it's in psychology. And what it is, it's people's first time they meet you and the most recent time they meet you. That has the 2 biggest impacts on them and on their opinion of you. And so in that first 10 to 30 seconds when you're speaking to someone, when you meet someone, that has created a significant impression on people. So it's important to be genuine and to be honest. And I'll tell you what, when you're going through the presentation, if you are asked a question that you don't know the answer to, it's important that you're honest. I don't know the answer to that, but you know what? I can find that out for you. Don't pretend. Don't start rambling on about things. If you don't know the answer, be upfront and be honest, okay? And by all means, don't let, if you don't know the answer to a question, don't let it divert you from your objective. And your objective is to keep going through the presentation to get the person to the point where they want to make a decision to come on board with you and build a Reliv business. It's very, very important that you avoid using jargon and techno-speak. For example, when you're first speaking with someone, you might talk about AS50. Well, AS50 means nothing to a new person. Auto-ship, on the other hand, does, and it's self-explanatory. So when you're speaking to new people, be careful of using jargon. Make sure you use clearly defined words and really easy English, or whatever language you're actually speaking in. And the relevance of what you're talking about must meet the expectations of your prospect. How do you find out that? How do you know that? Of course, it's through the questioning process when you're going through your presentation and you're questioning them. That's how you make sure that you're relevant and you're on topic. Because it's important not to wander off. Because if you wander off, they'll wander off. You've got to stay on topic and you've got to bring it back and maintain where you're at and maintain the relevance and meet those expectations of your prospect. And of course, the booklet, as I've said, is a great way to do it, or if you're doing it online on a computer or on a tablet like an iPad or on a smartphone. You can use whatever way you want, and remember those ways are all available from Reliv. It's really important to include relevant evidence of success. Testimonials, your story, other people's stories. Download stories offline from our website. We've got a whole series of audio files there that you can download and you can put on your smartphone and you can play them for people. They are really powerful. Testimonials, stories are very, very powerful. Use three-way calls to call your upline, to get them to tell their story, to share their story, a quick 2 to 3 minute call. Use the sales tools that are on offer, that are available for purchase and also online. And remember that everything you do here and everything that you use must support the central perceived benefit, which is what we talked about in the first slide. It must support that central perceived benefit. That is the benefit that is perceived to be the #1 important thing by the person that you're speaking to. And look, in life, individuals' buying decisions are often based on security, ego, trust, or belief in results. And trust is important because if someone trusts you, they'll purchase from you or they'll be inclined to get into business with you, but they will not do that if they don't trust you. So consequently, what we've talked about with integrity, being genuine, being honest is so important. And belief in results. So stories, testimonials really support what it is that you're doing, really support what it is, the pathway that you're taking these people down. Okay, and it's also includes smaller benefits. It's good to include, you need to include the big benefits, the main benefits of when you're talking to someone about how they can make money, how they can change their lifestyle, find out what their dreams are, and you can talk to them about that. But at the same time, it can be important to include smaller benefits. For instance, somebody's main objective, as I said earlier, maybe they just want to earn enough money to get a lease on a very nice car. But another benefit that you might mention to them is that not only that, but once they get to a point where they're earning more money, well, they may be able to take their family on a holiday that they haven't done for a while, which of course is something you found out during the questioning process. But be careful, don't get carried away. Don't start telling people about a million things that they can do because you'll just confuse people. And when people are confused, people will not make a decision to continue. Okay. So if we really wrap this up, what's important is to adopt the language and style of your prospect. So in other words, if you're speaking to a professional business person, you must make sure that you're dressed appropriately, that you speak appropriately and you take the proper professional attitude, because that's where they're coming from. If, on the other hand, you're speaking to a truck driver, then showing up in a suit and tie isn't necessarily going to be the right way to go about it. So you need to be more casual. You need to be more casual in your dress. You need to be a little more casual in the way you speak, but it doesn't mean that you don't follow the process. You stick to the system, you follow the opportunity book, you stay structured, clear and concise. You're just more casual in your outlook and the way that you speak and the way that you dress. It's important to keep control of the presentation at all times. People may tend to go off track and people may ask you questions about other things. Keep coming back. Keep coming back to the presentation. And again, it's all about the opportunity booklet or the slides. Whether you're doing it on your tablet, on your smartphone, not a computer, or using the booklet. Keep control of the presentation and keep coming back. Keep coming back to stay on course. And very important is not to knock the competition. If these people have been involved in other companies, then you might say something along the lines of, and they're a great company. Let me tell you about Reliv. Yeah, well, they are a great company. Let me show you how you can make some really good money with Reliv. Do not knock the competition. Do not be critical of the competition because you don't know exactly what's happened in their background or where they've had interaction with potentially that company or other companies, because people don't necessarily tell you everything up front. And again, it comes down to how well you question whether you get that information. It's important to get feedback, confirmation and agreement as you go. So it's okay to go back over and say, okay, now you said that what you'd really like to do is earn enough money to be able to pay the lease on a new Mercedes. Is that correct? They say yes. Okay. That's getting feedback and confirmation. Okay, you said that if I could show you how you could make this money, that you would be interested in taking the next step. Is that true? Yes, that's true. So you're getting confirmation, but you're also getting agreement. Invite questions from them. Is there anything you'd like to know? Have I covered all of your questions? Are there any other questions that you might have? It's important that you get people's questions out because people can't make a decision unless they feel they have enough information. It's important to be relaxed and friendly at all times. And I know when you first start as a distributor, it may be a bit hard to be relaxed, but that's okay. You just will become more and more relaxed the more you do it and the more practice that you have. And of course, above all else, be enthusiastic because people will always want to be involved with people who are enthusiastic. But don't be over the top. Don't be over the top enthusiastic. Be enthusiastic, be committed, let them see your passion. That's important if you want someone to get on board with you and build a business as your business partner. And just remember, as we've said in each part of this series, that the process is a journey. And so you take your guest on that journey and you're guiding them along the path to success. And by getting someone to sign up as a distributor or getting their agreement that they will sign up as a distributor, that is just the start. That is not the end of the journey. That's just the start of the journey. And that's where work begins for you. And it's important when you want to realize your dreams, when you want to achieve your vision, it's important that you get on board and that you help people that you sponsor into the business as much as you possibly can. And in the words of Paul Valery, the best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. Each and every one of us has to wake up and wake up to the fact that we need to commit, have the passion, and do the activities on a daily basis consistently to enable us to achieve our dreams, each and every one of us. So I want to thank you for listening today to our part 4 of sponsoring distributors. I want to remind everybody about our Take the Lead events that are coming up with our 2014 Reliv leadership camps in each of the Reliv Asia Pacific markets. Make sure that you have a look at the qualification criteria, talk to your team and work towards it as a group so you can get there as a group and grow as a group. And many times you will hear leaders talk about how it changed their lives and how much it has improved their organization by getting people to get to these leadership camps as a group. And with the conferences that are coming up in the Philippines in September and in Australia and New Zealand in October, of 2014. You need to be there, and you need to get as many people from your organization, from your team, and as many new people as you can to conference, because this will get people. Anyone can come to conference. All they need to do is buy a ticket. And what it will do is give people the big picture. They will get so much from it, and your business will grow. And this can be the turnaround point for your business, or it may be the point where your business just explodes. Do everything you can to make it to your relevant national conference. And remember that our webinars are on Facebook and sent out by email every single Monday. And of course, they're also available on each of the Reliv Asia Pacific websites on the front page, or the landing page as it's called, under the training tab. And get out there, sponsor, promote, advance, and ignite your business.